We're going to up their reps this week and ramp them up and kind of see where they are. So we'll get a good idea tomorrow and Friday on exactly where they are.
Todd, we saw Chris Braswell on the sideline look like he might have an ankle injury. How significant is that?
Sore today. We'll see tomorrow. Hopefully he doesn't have any setbacks. If he does, it's going to be a little bit concerning.
It seems like Watts is out there. Doesn't look like he has limitations. Could he potentially be back, or at least you'd have him to offset a potential loss?
He's supposed to be full speed this week. We'll see how his hand in when we practice tomorrow and run around, see how he uses it.
Todd, this is your 7th year of running this defense. Despite 3 takeaways, you gave up the most points you had ever given up in Tampa. What were your emotions watching the game film? Is there any sense of embarrassment or anything about what happened in Buffalo from a defensive standpoint?
I'm embarrassed every time we lose, but from a defensive standpoint, we didn't play well. We had a stinker. You know, it happens. This league humbles you. Every now and then you're going to have something that messes up. As coaches, we can definitely do a better job. As players, we can do a better job. And we didn't play well. We didn't coach well. That's really all that summed it up to.
You know, one play that I think might have got lost, Todd, was after the punt and Buffalo's drive, they started on their 15 and made some first downs, and then it was a 3rd down play, and I think the play didn't work, and then it was a face mask penalty on Parrish. Otherwise, they probably got to kick a 50-yard field goal or something in the wind. So that was a critical play, wasn't it, Todd?
It was critical. I mean, it's unfortunate, but that was full speed part of the game. Those type of things are going to happen. You'd rather take that over busted coverages or somebody not being where they're supposed to be. He played hard, and we stopped him. It was very unfortunate at the time, but that play didn't lose the game.
Does it look like you'll be without Dean, and if so, are you just going to continue on with Morrison, or would you consider any changes there?
No, we play a couple guys there. Parrish is definitely a consideration. Morrison has been practicing as well, and we'll practice them both and kind of go from there. Things a little nicked up right now. If he doesn't make any progress, you know, there's a good chance he might not be in there.
I didn't see Chase McLaughlin out there. I don't know if that's injury or illness, or what is he doing?
He was excused for a personal one. He'll be back tomorrow. Won't be a problem.
To see another walkthrough today, I know that's kind of dictated by just the injuries overall. But at some point, if you've had 5-6 weeks in a row where you're not at full practice on Wednesday, do you think that has a negative impact, or in terms of what you want to do with the team during the week to get them ready for Sunday?
We've done the same thing the last 2 years. You know, unfortunately, this Wednesday, a lot of people have taken ill as a bug going around the building, and we had about 5 coaches and about 15 players down that helped aid in this walkthrough. So there's nothing we can really do about that today.
But was that Wirfs' best game of the season, Todd, and how did those 2 guards play on Sunday?
I thought he played well. I thought he played well last week. You know, I thought he played well last week. When you run the ball for 200 yards, those guys battled. You know, they battled, and they were a little embarrassed from the week before, and they came out and had a good week of practice. And I thought they really played tough.
Is there anything Tristan likes more than getting out on the edge and pulling like that against some of those DBs?
I definitely don't want to see it, but he likes carrying the ball. So, you know, he wants to recover an onside kick, and I think that's on his bucket list. So that's probably the best thing he wants to do right now.
Seriously, his athleticism, though, for a guy that size is crazy, right?
It was great just to get him out on the edge. If you're a running back and you're following somebody like that, you can't help but smile.
We've seen some offensive linemen as lead backs. You've done that. Have you tinkered with the idea of putting him back there?
No, we've tinkered with the idea of Vita, but we haven't tinkered with the idea of Tristan.
Why not?
He's selfish. He wants the ball.
Todd, are the Rams in consideration maybe if somebody wants to pick the best team in the league right now, the most complete team in the league? Are the Rams in the conversation?
They definitely are. I mean, they're playing great ball right now. They don't beat themselves. They get very few penalties. They take care of the football, and they play very hard on defense. So they're definitely in the top 2.
How are they able to rally around losing a great player, a Hall of Fame player like Aaron Donald, and then a few years later, they got a heck of a defense?
They drafted some young defensive guys that could really get after it. They made some good picks, and those guys are panning out for them.
You've gone against Matthew Stafford a lot. This season already, 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Is he playing his best football right now?
I'm not sure he's playing his best. He's been great for years right now, but he knows exactly where to go with the football. He's very accurate, heck of a competitor, one of the toughest guys to play against. He knows the offense inside out, and he's having fun, so he's really driving the boat for him.
They run that 13 personnel a lot this year. From a defensive standpoint, what is it about the 3 tight ends that they've been running that has allowed them to be so dominant offensively this year, do you think?
It's 3 tight ends, but it could play out like 2 tight ends or even 1 tight end. They're very versatile in what they do when they run the 3 tight end set. If you're big, they spread you out and they can throw it. If you're small, they can pound you. So it's a very smart aspect of their game and what they do. Sean's a great coach and does a great job with that, so we really got to be sharp.
Can you talk about the 1-2 punch they have with Puka Nacua and also Devontae Adams, who's leading the league in touchdowns with 10?
Oh, yeah, both tough, both aggressive at the line of scrimmage. It's hard to play them one-on-one. They're very savvy at the top of the route as well. Puka and Devontae both have very strong hands, very polished route runners, so it's going to be a challenge for our guys.
Stafford's seen every blitz invented over the years, and yet if you don't move him off his spot, you know, he usually shreds people. So is that kind of the dilemma going into this week?
That's the challenge, yeah. That's one of the challenges. Other than the run game, obviously he's very good at what he does, and, you know, if you don't get him off his spot, he'll sit back there and pick you apart. So we got to try to do it with 4, and then when we do pressure, we got to try to make some hay.
Todd, to that degree, getting pressure with 4, that's been an issue, and he is really good against the blitz. So as a play caller, and especially going up against McVay, philosophically, how do you treat that? Is it all based on film or your gut feeling in certain situations? How do you treat that?
Some of it's film, and some of it is what we do best and what we do and which players have strengths that we can take advantage of on our team. It's really trying to hide our weaknesses and then try to expose theirs. That's really what it boils down to. So we want to make sure we're sound and we're taking care of everything we got to take care of first, and then we worry about the other stuff. But we got to get after it no matter whether it's a 3, 4, 5, 6-man rush. We got to get after it.
How do you go about fixing your coverage on special teams?
We're trying different guys in different spots. We'll move some guys around, and, you know, if the worst comes to worst, we'll try to kick it out. But, you know, it's got to get better, and we'll work on that this week, and that's what we've been focusing on.
You guys on practice squads, you might give a look there for that? Or?
Everybody's available right now.
Coach, so far this year, Vita Vea has played a career-high percentage of defensive snaps. Has there been any thought that maybe less is more in terms of maximizing his productivity?
At times, depending on how the game flow is going, you know, we got to bring other guys along at the same time. So depending on what we're doing, but he's comfortable. We've talked to him about it. He's comfortable playing those amount of reps, and he doesn't show any fatigue. So right now he's okay.
Todd, late in the game, it seemed like the guys were having a lot of trouble getting off blocks. Is that technique, fatigue, their scheme? What did you see in the film?
I thought it was more technique. I didn't think we got off the ball like we've been getting off the ball. And when you don't get off the ball and you got bigger guys, it's hard to get them off you.
How proud are you of Tyke Smith, Todd, and taking his game to another level in year 2?
He's a confident player. We're confident in him. He understands the game. He's just one of them guys that knows how to play. I wish coaching-wise we can take credit, but he knew how to play when he came in the door, and he understands the game very well, and he's a heck of a competitor, and he's always going to show up on Sunday.
How's McCollum playing, Todd?
So the last 2 weeks, just average. He's been playing great at the start of the season. A couple of things he's got to work on when he gets bored, but he's got the talent and the technique. He's been solid for us. Probably subpar the last 2 weeks. He doesn't get a lot of action, but at the same time, technique-wise, he can clean up some things.
Has Perry showed you enough when he's played outside to pretty confident?
Oh, absolutely. We knew that coming in the door.